Or it's Hazel and Kevin. I don't know.
I get top billing.
That's right. I think that was
guest hosting.
That was her rider. That was her rider.
Thanks, Frank. Checks in the mail.
And only green M&Ms in her dressing room.
Don't look at me directly in the eye.
I had so much fun doing this story.
I heard.
And it really made me realize how important signs are to the history of Toronto, because when you think about it, like I remember always going along the Gardiner Expressway and seeing the English sign.
Okay.
Or driving down Eglinton and seeing that girl for, what was it, Willis Jeep or something, and she was swinging.
The swing. I do. I remember the swing. And in the fall, they would change her outfit to like a scarf, and her scarf would be blowing in the wind.
Yeah.
It's very disturbing that I understand and remember stuff like that.
I have a very good source who tells me Toronto's BIA is working on a sign museum for Toronto. I can't tell you anymore. Okay. But they're working on that. So I went out in search of 3 iconic signs that are lovingly being restored. And I mean lovingly. The sign companies are doing, they love this. Okay. And they will be returning to our streets, and we know and love these signs. Okay, well, I can't wait. I want to see what you shot. Okay, so let's start with Honest Ed's, shall we? Of course. Yeah. I mean, they took down a portion of the sign. It's all being, of course, being made ready for development. Soon the land as though it became more valuable than the store. It turns out the sign was valuable to the history of Toronto as well. The Mirvish family wanted it to live on. So I found where they brought it in Orillia. Orillia? Bob Zinconi took me out into their boneyard where the sign is waiting for its restoration work to be done.
This is the honest one?
Half on H. Han.
Han.
Yeah, it's going to take about a year to restore the sign. What still has to be
done to this then?
And then...
Well, what's going to happen with this is we're going to get rid of the rust that's in here.
Yeah.
We're going to rewire it so with LED bulbs instead of these bulbs here.
Yeah.
That's still to be decided. They're still going through to see exactly what they want, how they want to wire it.
So once it is restored, it will be right across the street from us here, appropriately, at the Ed Mirvish Theatre.
And you can see, you know, it's interesting. You see this big sign, but up close, there are so many intricate little things that make up the sign that you forget.
How about the El Macombo? Yeah. Rolling Stones, U2 had its introduced itself to North America here. Maggie Trudeau partied here. But time moves on. The new owners, though, want to revive the venue, including the sign, but this time I followed the neon sign from Spadina to Cambridge, home of Pride signs. But as you can see, the elements have taken their toll. The sign cannot be saved itself, but it will be exactingly reproduced. So, I mean, this thing, it's pretty rough.
Yeah. It's pretty rough.
So our engineer could never do, we couldn't certify to put it back out in the field. It wouldn't work.
It would be too dangerous.
Yeah. So reproduce it exactly. So we actually can replace a lot of this angle with the tube. We'll make it a little more structurally sound than what it was.
Now, the art of working with neon is dying. Everything is LED signs.
That's right.
Low
Technology,
power. So you're looking at a true artist and a craftsman here. Soon the sign will be back, blinking over Spadina. The old sign will be saved as well and put inside. So it'll go back on the building. It's currently under renovation in Spadina, just south of College.
I'm glad they're keeping a little bit of it and just kind of reusing it elsewhere.
Yeah, well, they're going to make the sign exact. They couldn't put it back up, and the engineers would not allow them to put it back up. It was that bad a shape. But the owners want to take the old sign and put it beside the stage inside. So they're going to restore it.
So it's not really leaving. It's just reincarnated in a different form.
Now, here's one of my favorites. And this sign, of course, comes with its own soundtrack. I think I got all those 45s from Sam's.
I'm not going to deny or confirm that I too know what that music is.
We have to follow this sign all the way from downtown Toronto to Hamilton, home of Sunset Neon.
The original Sam letters that we took off of the sign, and we are going to recondition these. So you can see the word "That's Entertainment" that was in the center. You can see the ENT portion of the word.
Now, of course, facing the elements since the early 70s, the sign shows its age. The neon tubes could not be saved. They will all have to be replaced. Work actually on that started just on Monday, again with a neon tube artist doing the work. That's 449 more to go. And it won't be a solid sign because of wind load. It's going to look solid, but it's going to be a bunch of these blades.
It will allow the wind to blow through, which is what we had to do to make this thing work.
All right, so there's one more thing here.
Okay.
Did you figure out what this dented paint can has to do and why it's so important to the sign?
So this, if you look closely here, Kevin, you see the spindle in the middle of the record here?
Yeah.
What does that look like to you?
Is that not? That is not a paint can.
That's a paint can. And if you look at the patina on the original one.
So the sign will soon be
cool.
on top of the Public Health Building at Yonge Dundas Square, right across the street from us as well. And yeah, that paint can will be back.
It will.
There.
I have a new appreciation for signs after seeing that.
You're going to see everywhere. You're going to drive around and see signs.
No, I'm going to look and go, I wonder how many neon bulbs are, that take to construct it.
Well,
so that was really interesting.
The neon tubes
Right.
from Sam's, if you lay them end to end, would
Okay.
go from Dundas all the way up past College.
Come on.
Yeah, there you go. All right.
Who knew?
You know now.
Thank you.